Hi everyone, Cakechan here, and the day has finally arrived. Yep, it's my birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Okay, that's a little weird singing to myself. Anyways, yes, it's the birthday video that you guys have been waiting for. First of all, I want to thank every subscriber who has followed me thus far. And, well, let's just say that when I posted that I was really hoping that I would get 2K subs by my birthday, I was very shocked at how all of you delivered. Because right now, well, when I say right now, I mean as far as the timing of this recording goes, I have 2,065 subscribers. I just remember it being a week ago or something like that when I was saying we're almost at 2,000 and we were at 1,900 or something like that. And I was like, it would be really cool if we got 2K, well, if I got 2K subs by the time my birthday came. And it was a few days before I decided to record this audio for you guys, or even a couple days before I would post it here, and I made it to 2K on the dot by, I think it was Sunday afternoon, and I was like, whoa. Like, I did not know that numbers could climb that fast. It's a little overwhelming, actually, and I couldn't be happier, but regardless of that, I could not get this far into my career without all of you guys. Like, you guys, like, whether you were listening here from YouTube initially or if you found me on Reddit initially, I can't thank all of you enough for getting me this far, and I can only go upwards from here, as they say. You can only go up. I don't think anyone asked this as a question from the Q&A posts, because I did post multiple of them in case not everyone saw, especially if you're new to the channel. For those of you who put questions in the comment section of my posts or on any of my videos at all, thank you so very much. Like, this is going to be a super fun video because your questions are going to be answered today. And I'm very excited to get to them, but surprisingly, nobody asked in the questions how old I was. And, well, it's kind of obvious from what I put in my description or in my rules in the description section of each of my videos that I said I would not do 18 plus or not safe for work content because I want my videos to be available for everyone to see, and I just don't do that. Well, just so that we can confirm, today, as of when this video would be up, which is my birthday, I am 25 years old. Honestly, I don't feel like I'm 25. Maybe that's just a thing that happens when you get older, but I don't feel like I'm 25 yet, because I'm now halfway to 30 years old, and that's something that is kind of baffling to think about. Like, time flies by fast, especially with, you know, everything that's been going on this year in particular. I know it has not been the best all around. The funny thing is, when people post these questions, some of these questions are very interesting, and I know some of them are joke questions, but I thought they were funny that I would answer them anyway, because we need a little humor in our lives, and I didn't know that until people started posting in the comments. But one of the most refreshing things that people have sent me was, well, one person asked, how was I and how was my week going? And at first I was like, I didn't know if you meant that generally for me to answer here or if that was for the video, and they were like, either way, however you want. So, I decided to do it on here because, as far as how my week was going from last Thursday to now, it's been a little chaotic because I do have a full-time job that basically makes all the money and pays for all my bills and stuff like that. And the overtime that I had to do was a little over the top these past few days. It was kind of grating to the point that I thought I was going to be unable to make new content for you guys, especially towards, like, now we're getting close to Christmas and stuff like that, and I know people are looking forward to the holiday videos by December, and I was like, oh no, will I get to that point? But I think I finally caught a break sometime this week. I hope that gets better. And I actually celebrated my boyfriend's birthday over the last weekend, and that was really fun. We had a blast of a time. Like, he came over to my house and we celebrated with my family and I. We made him a cake and stuff, and he absolutely loved it. Unfortunately, my boyfriend can't do that for me this time around because I found out that one of his coworkers was positive with, you know, that pandemic disease that apparently I can't say on YouTube now. And so, I mean, he did not confirm that he had it. He just said that his coworker had it. So, basically what that means either way is that he has to quarantine for the next 2 weeks after he found out. He is doing basically everything he can to make sure he's clean of everything, that he won't infect his family, he won't infect my family and me. Like, he's in basically quarantine mode at this point. I mean, it's a little disheartening, but my point is, I'd rather have him be healthy and safe rather than going out and not being safe after finding out that information. Like, I'm sure any normal person around this time would definitely do that. Yeah, this week has been, like, a little much than other weeks. But, it's towards the end of the year. I should have, like, seen the busyness part coming, and we are still in a pandemic after all, and because it's approaching winter, and that's when pretty much everyone gets normally sick, but if you throw in something like this in the mix, it's a little, like, you tend to be more cautious around everything. So basically that's how everyone is doing at the moment. But I think that's enough to answer the how's my week, how am I type of question. Either way, I am absolutely just ecstatic and absolutely blessed with everything that's been going on YouTube wise. Like, I am very happy with how things have been panning out. And I can't wait to spend, let's just say, a lot more time with you guys because I know how much you love to see whenever a video pops up on my channel. I know my videos are not exactly scheduled or anything like that. Like, I know Cardlin Audio is, like, he posts a video every, like, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday or something like that. And, Yuri Audios has, like, some sort of schedule, like, or pretty much every other channel has some sort of schedule, and, well, because of my personal and work life schedule outside of YouTube, I kind of don't have a schedule, or I'm unable to have a schedule right now. Like, if I was doing this, like, if I was still in college, or if YouTube was my full-time job, which most likely that will never ever happen because, you know, YouTube is very finicky when it comes to like vocal or voice actor content creators. I think it's best if I just don't have a schedule, or else like nothing will get done the way I want to. Like, I tried to have a schedule, but it just didn't not work the way I wanted it to, so I'm just sticking to the every few days, if I can, I post another video. It might be after 3 days, it might be after 4 days. So most of the time it's like 5 days or to a week. Like, it's very random when I post my videos anyway. So, if you guys were expecting, like, oh, like, Cakechan is gonna post a video every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, or something like that. No, that's not going to happen. Like, I am very, 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 very sorry. I really am. It's just, it's not going to happen, at least not at this time in my life right now. Maybe sometime in the future, when sometime in my life is a little bit more stable, because right now stability is just not the keyword I would use. Maybe I get a schedule going, but right now it's not happening. It's not happening right now. Okay, so enough with that. I think I rambled on a little too much. Let's move on to like the other questions that you guys sent me. I kept them in a list to which ones I wanted to answer first, like because I know some questions are similar to each other, so I'd rather like combine them together so they would make more sense in that segment. Another question someone asked me is, can you breathe manually? At first I kind of had no idea what this meant, but I think it means can I breathe by, like, if I force myself to breathe, can I do that? And well, like, I don't know how to respond to that, but I think I can. Like, I grew up as a singer and a actress in my life. Well, not professionally, but in school. So, I was trained to learn how to breathe when I have to. Like, especially when you're singing, like, you have to take a breath before you start singing, or else you're gonna run out of breath after a while. So you kind of have to learn how to pace yourself. And of course, when you're acting, like, if you have to say, like, a long sentence or something, you have to learn how to use your energy sparingly and stuff like that. So, if you mean breathing manually like that, then yeah, I guess so. If that wasn't what you meant, then I am very sorry. I did not know how to answer this question. Next question. Someone asks, what is your favorite food? To which I replied, cheesecake. Like, I know it's a dessert. I don't know if it counts as, like, regular food, if that was what you were questioning about, but cheesecake is, like, my favorite thing on the planet. Like, every time we go to the Cheesecake Factory, or, like, quote-unquote go, because, yeah, or we go to a bakery that has, like, cheesecake on the menu, or any restaurant that has cheesecake on the menu, I have to order it. Like, there is no avoiding it. Absolutely no avoiding it at all. And speaking of food, another viewer asked me, what's my favorite ice cream? Which I'm assuming they were asking flavor, because I don't know how else that would mean. And to which I replied, well, cookies and cream or Oreo, anything, hands down. Like, if I go to, like, just a random ice cream place and they have an Oreo or cookies and cream flavor, like, get me 3 scoops of that. That will satisfy me for the rest of the day. However, if I go to Ben & Jerry's and they have a flavor called milk and cookies, I think you guys know what that flavor is. If you ever had Ben & Jerry's ice cream at the grocery store, or if you've been to a Ben & Jerry's ice cream shop, there's a flavor called milk and cookies, which is like, you take, like, chocolate chip cookie dough and they mix in vanilla and chocolate in there. It is the best thing ever. Like, the best thing ever. The first one, 2 people asked me this question. What is my favorite role or personality to play in audios? And I have to say, this is the type of audio I want to do more because I like it so much. But whenever I do a reverse comfort or a reverse confession type audio, it's like if the narrator is the one that needs the comforting, or the listener is the one who's confessing to the narrator. I really like doing those. I like to be the person that is the, like, reactor of these scenarios. I don't know why I like doing these, but I guess I like to show my vulnerable side when I do these audios. Like, I want to showcase how vulnerable I can be, because you would think in audios like a comfort or confession, like the narrator is usually the comforting, strong, attractive type. But like, they're doing more of these audios these days, but very rarely did you ever listen to an audio where the narrator was on the more vulnerable side. So I thought, why not? So I gave it a shot, and apparently people really liked them. So I wish I could either write more of these types of scenarios, because this would be really fun to do. And I hope that more people either would send me a script, which actually you can if you look at my email in the description box below. You could actually send me emails or send me scripts personally if you would like. You can talk to me via Reddit to do this, and that would be really cool if you guys can do that. Sorry for the plug, but if you guys want to do that, just please do. I am very interested. So next question. What's the earliest memory of my life? This question, like, I think about this sometimes, and it's very bizarre. But the earliest memory I have was, I think I was 2 or 3 years old, and my mom had like a VHS tape of when I was either 1 or like I remember I could actually walk. Like, at this time, like, it was just a childhood video. Like, I wouldn't even call it that because I was so young, but it was a VHS tape that my mom had. I think she still has it somewhere. Yeah, that's the only thing that I could remember from the time, but I don't remember anything else. Like I said, it's so random, so bizarre. I don't know why that's what I remember, but that's just the first thing that came to mind. Okay, next question. Someone asked me, what motivates you to keep creating all this wholesome content for us to enjoy? Honestly, I never really thought about this. Like, motivation is a strong word, I would think. I would think that the one thing that motivates me is just all of the reactions that my subscribers or viewers in general, like, give me or get when they listen to my content. Because there would be so many comments I get where someone would say, oh, I needed this today, or thank you for posting this audio because I'm actually going through this right now. And that always warms my heart. And then people would actually react to the story of the script itself, and those comments bring a chuckle to me that, like, they're actually pretty funny. And actually, out of this whole thing, when you join a community such as like the ASMR or the voice acting community, you end up building like a network of creators similar to your content. And basically from the get-go, when I started doing this, I actually had people email me and ask if they wanted to do like a collab, or if they wanted to feature in an audio at some point. This is how I met Odyssey ASMR. Like, he is a really cool dude, and I'll post his link down in the description below if you guys are interested. He does very like romantic boyfriend videos. I love his work. And this is also how I met Peony Audios, or I'm sorry, Peony Boy Audios, who messaged me on a video. He said he was very interested in doing a collab at some point, and ever since then we became pretty good friends, and we still contact each other even like in IRL, if you know what I mean. And actually, I have a very funny story I will tell later, but that's later in this video because it involved a question that actually put a large smile on my face. So yeah, like, just basically all of the, like, reactions, like, the content, the follows I get, like, every good word that someone says to me, that is the one thing that keeps me going, because if I don't get traction from my videos, if it's like I get, like, I don't know, 1 view per video, like, it's kind of disheartening. Like, it would be disheartening for anyone. But even then, like, all of your good words that you send to me, they're the reason why I keep going. Like I say, without you guys, I wouldn't even be at 2K subscribers right now. That's basically it. Like, you guys are my motivation. And I love you all so much. Thank you. Just, again, I'm gonna be saying thank you a lot throughout this whole video, but thank you. Okay, next question a fan asked. Have you ever broken a bone before? Thankfully, I have not. And hopefully it stays that way. What has gotten you through some hard times in your life? As I said earlier a little bit, lately I've been getting all these, like, humorous and positive comments on my videos, especially on the Homecoming Queen audio that I did, like, a few weeks ago. Like, people are still commenting on that, and they thought, like, or they post, like, the most hilarious, like, meme comments that you see on a lot of these audios, and I thought I would never get those, but, like, I get a lot of Star Wars quotes and memes on that audio, and it's actually pretty funny. But also, it's, you know, with the whole pandemic thing, it's my friends who, actually live in Florida, and, I'm not there right now, but they would send me a message or two, making sure I'm doing okay. Like, my boyfriend and I text each other every day, making sure we're okay at work and stuff, and I have my family at home with me, so it's, like, it's all better than what it could be. That's all I could say, and, I'm just really glad I have so many people I could connect with, especially during, like, this time. I hope, you guys get all the comfort that you need, especially with my content, because I know, like, if I'm ever down or in a mood, I would always go to, like, my favorite audio for that moment. And, listening to music definitely helps too. Like, if you have, like, a large collection on your, like, Spotify or anything like that, just listen to that playlist and it will cheer you right up. And, I already kinda, answered this question, but someone asks, how are you coping with the current pandemic? Like I said, with my friends, family, and boyfriend, they've been helping me a lot. But, what people don't really know about me is that I'm actually quite a social butterfly. I do like going out with friends and people like that. So, with the whole, you know, like 6 feet apart and stuff like that, don't hang out with people you don't live with, and whole thing. It's definitely hard. It is very difficult because after a while of you being stuck in your house, like, you kind of go stir crazy, and you're like, I have to do something. I have to go on vacation to somewhere, like, fun. And in October, I actually spent a week at a Disney resort just so we could get away from everything. And we didn't go into the park because the park would be a very bad idea. Because those, like, the parks are still crowded. Like, Disney is hiring up the percent of people that are allowed in there, and they reach full capacity very quickly. So I'm very thankful that I'm not in that situation, and I'm thankful that I haven't gotten sick at all since this started. But there are definitely a lot of things that I do miss with, you know, pre-pandemic, when everything was, like, quote-unquote normal. But I'm also very thankful that I haven't fallen, like, desperately ill, that I needed to go to the hospital or something like that, because I do know, like, how terrible that will be. And I've had friends who actually had relatives who caught the disease, and they say it's not fun to watch and it's not fun to have. Actually, one of my best friend's relatives actually died from it, so I cannot imagine the pain that everyone's going through right now. but I like can envision how terrible it will be, and I just I hoped that it never happened to anyone that I loved. Of course it's inevitable, but if all of us are doing our due diligence with wearing a mask 6 feet apart and only going out when you really have to, then we should be okay. Like, I'm not trying to make a political statement when I'm saying that. Like, I'm saying this because I want everyone to be okay. I know how hard it is, and I know it's hard to not see your friends or extended family because we have to stay apart from each other, but, as much as I hate to say it, it is what it is, and, if I want to stay healthy and make sure that I am able to go back to the office where I work at, I have to follow the rules, and the rules, or at least common sense rules, are what I'm following right now. And that's just how it is, and I hope that by the time it all finally dies down, that at least we can go back to some normalcy. Like, that's what everyone wants. And that's definitely what I hope that we will get in at least maybe by the end of 2021 or the beginning of 2022. I'm kind of like rambling again, so I think that's enough of, well, pandemic talk. I don't want this Q&A to go down on a, negative route. Like, I'm handling it pretty much fine. I get a little stir crazy, but at least I'm healthy, and at least I'm still making audios for you guys. Okay, so someone else asked, do you play video games? If so, what is your favorite? I actually have been playing video games since I was 8 years old, and my first system ever was the Nintendo GameCube. Personally, it's the best system of all time, in my opinion. Like, I know some of you had, like, the PS2 or something like that, like the Xbox, but the GameCube was my favorite system of all time. It had my favorite games from it. I actually got the Super Mario 3D collection for the Switch, and I just completed Super Mario Sunshine again. It was like the first time in years since I played that game, and I think I beat it in like 3 or 4 days. Yeah, I forgot how fun that game was, and I also forgot how aggravating it was at the same time, but it was also one of my favorite video games growing up. Pokemon Coliseum was one of my favorite games. Like, first of all, any Pokemon game for the GameCube, or just a 3D console itself, is awesome. Okay, what was that game for the Wii that came out? That was a Pokemon game, but it was a more traditional Pokemon game, but it wasn't like Coliseum or XD. I don't remember, but that game was kinda but I had fun playing it. Oh, Luigi's Mansion. Like, Luigi's Mansion, I love that game. I think I only managed to beat it like 2 or 3 times in my life, but I loved it. I loved Luigi. He's like my favorite Super Mario character. I'm blanking out on the series name right now. My best friend introduced me to this. Fire Emblem. Like, any Fire Emblem game I could get my hands on, those games are awesome. Like, what was the first Fire Emblem game I ever played? I can't remember at the moment. But, like, the first one I ever played was for the, I think it was the 3DS? Or the normal DS? I think it was for the normal DS. Like, that game was really, really good. And then I bought, like, the games after that, and they were just as great, if not better. And, I just bought the most recent one, the 3 Houses for the Switch. I have not gotten very far in it because there were so many other games I wanted to play too, but, the whole RPG concept of you're at a school and everything, it's like you're in an anime, and I love anime too, so, I do have a lot of anime games in my collection. Like, it all kind of started with Fire Emblem, actually, when I started playing more, like, anime RPG-based stuff. Oh yeah, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. Like, those were awesome. The fact that you could connect to the internet if you had the DS, and you could, complete more missions that way. That was revolutionary at the time. Like, I feel like I'm old for saying this because I had a Nintendo DS, but the fact that your game system could connect to the internet for the first time, you have no idea how awesome that is until you get older. Okay, enough about video games. I think I rambled too much about that. Okay, another weird question I got was, do you like the number 42? And the first thing that came to my mind when they asked that was, isn't 42 like the number that solves like the greatest mysteries or something? Like, there's a number that's like, well, 42 solves everything, or a certain number that solves everything. I legit don't remember. But, I just thought that was kind of random. Okay, the next question someone asked, if you ever have the opportunity to voice a popular character, who would it be and why? When I was planning this channel, about over a year ago, I kind of thought about doing popular characters, but then I thought, no, I thought that would be too limiting, because I don't know if I had the voice range to do all of that, but the first character that came to mind if I were ever to do, that sort of thing was Ochako from My Hero Academia. I thought our voices were pretty similar in some way, or at least I could channel my voice to be her. And then the second character that came to mind was Haruhi from Ouran Host Club. But I thought about the English dub version, and I thought her voice was kind of too low for mine. Like, her voice was at a lower register than mine is. But, those were the first two characters that ever came to mind. But, guys, if you're ever interested in me doing popular characters from TV shows, anime, like, anything like that, please hit me up. Like, I'm actually curious what you guys want to hear. Okay, another audio-related question. A favorite series or video so far? Or are there any vids that you're looking forward to doing? I think my favorite work that I ever did was the reverse period comfort audio. Because, first of all, when I was doing this whole thing for the first time, I did not see too many, like, reverse comforts. Especially about this topic, because, well, you know, it's only limited to, like, one gender and all that. Or, I wouldn't say one gender, but that's discrimination at this point. Let's just say the topic is kind of limiting. And, I was like, I don't know how much traction this is going to get, but I wanted to write a script and give it a try. Because, you know, whenever that time of the month happens, it's just super painful and absolute nonsense to deal with. So I just wrote down, like, all my feelings, and I wrote down what I wanted. Like, I wrote this before my boyfriend and I started dating, so I just wrote down what my potential, well, partner would do in that scenario, and I just, like, you know, winged it. And the moment I posted it, so many views, so many likes, and so many comments at once. I did not expect it. And most of them were from girls like, finally someone does this. And I was like, oh wow, I had absolutely no idea how many people were like looking for the same thing. So even though it was like a on the like cuff sort of idea, it turned out to pay off pretty much in the end. And as far as videos to do in the future, I do hope I could make more reverse comfort videos. Favorite type of music? As of right now, it's definitely American pop and Japanese J-pop. Basically, ever since the whole new Love Live anime came out, I've been binging on Muse Aqua's and the Nijigasaki music. Like, those three girl groups are, like, they slap. Like, if you've never listened to anime music before, I highly recommend you listen to anything Love Live. Like, I don't think there was ever a song that I did not like from those groups. They're just, like, everything they do is just a banger of a song. But if we're talking about American pop, if that's more your thing, I mostly listen to music from the 80s and the 90s. Those are my favorite decades that music ever came out. And my favorite artist of all time is Michael Jackson. Do with that information as you will. If I'm ever in a bad mood or something, I just pick any MJ song from my Spotify and it cheers me right up immediately. Oh boy, this question I might get canceled for. Do you think pineapple belongs on pizza? And I don't know if I'm gonna lose subs for this, but I don't care. Yes, pineapple belongs on pizza. Hawaiian pizza is one of my favorite flavors. Subbed anime or dubbed anime? If you asked me like years ago when I first started watching anime, I would say that the dubbed version was always superior, but at this point, I really don't care anymore. Like, if there's a dubbed version of a show that I really wanted to watch, I'd be like, if it's available to me, or if someone gave me the DVD of the anime and it has a dub version, and I actually did buy the first season of the revival of Fruits Basket, and I did buy Yuri on Ice. Both of them have English dubs included, so I do have them available, because first of all, both of their English dubs are really good. But there are other many shows that have English dubs that are really good. The most recent one is The Misfit of the Demon Academy. I did not think their English dub was going to be that good, but it is. But again, if the show doesn't have a dub, I'll, like I said, the Love Live Nijigasaki anime, there's no English dub right now. But I didn't care. I was so excited for that show that I decided to watch it, whether it was going to be dubbed or not. And it's really enjoyable either way. So, like I said, I don't care which one is superior or not. I don't think there is a superior one. I just watch both whenever I feel like it. Thoughts on people who bite popsicles, someone asks. Okay, first of all, I think you need to have, like, a very good, like body system that won't cause you to have like a brain freeze or that your teeth hurt when you do that, because every time I bite into a popsicle, like if I'm eating it super fast, like my teeth will kind of like tense up, my gums would like ache, like that hurts, man. So I don't care like about who does or doesn't at this point. Like, if you can do that without getting a constant brain freeze or like a mouth like tension all the time, like, I praise you. I really do. And oh boy, any post-pandemic plans or things you want to do? Well, I definitely would love to have like a proper trip to the Walt Disney World or Disneyland parks again. Those are like my favorite places to go in the world, and I miss them ever so dearly. I would definitely be visiting my friends who don't live where I live right now, so because I miss them very much. So I would definitely do that. I mean, I could do that in the middle of the pandemic, but it's also kind of not a good idea. But the last thing is definitely, my boyfriend and I were definitely talking about like traveling or like renting like a beach house or something like that. So, like, first of all, if we could do this like in pandemic too, like we would be socially distanced, of course. Like after all this is over, like it would definitely make traveling a lot easier. And there are so many places that we could go to. We talked about going to like the Grand Canyon once. That would be absolutely stellar. But yeah, like most of my like post-pandemic plans are definitely travel based. I miss traveling and I want to do it more like once this whole thing's over, but only time will tell. Okay, the next question someone asked me was if you could get rid of one thing in this world and remove any trace of it, what would it be? Well, everyone's kind of wishing that this pandemic would be over, but if we're going to talk about something serious right now, I would get rid of licorice. Licorice is like the most disgusting candy on the face of the planet. Whoever thought this tasted good, I don't know what you were on. But licorice, like, that could go, and I don't think anyone would cry about it. Someone else asked me, if you could see any statistic over everyone's head, what would you want to know? I think the one I decided to go with was, if there was a statistic for how many times you've, like, cheated on your partner or something like that, that would be, like, again, it would be very controversial because I know there are some reasons why people do it, but in my opinion, it's just like, if you want to break up with someone, why don't you just do it? Like, why do you have to cheat in order to like, get out? It doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, like, I've met a lot of people who, like, played with their relationships a lot, so, if I could get, like, a statistic on basically how faithful you are, that would be great. And I know this sounds very strange because I do have a boyfriend, and don't get me wrong, he's very faithful, very loving, and I could trust him with my entire life. But, yeah, that would be the statistic that I would go with. Do you have any unpopular opinions? Oh boy, if I want to make 2 things or 3 things very clear, just to get them out of the way right now, I don't know if I'm gonna get canceled or not, but, the first one is I actually have a very popular video about this. Like, it's basically a rant on why Frozen is one of the worst Disney movies ever made. And, apparently that's not an unpopular opinion because a lot of people, share that opinion with me as well. Like, hilariously enough, but I do know there's a big cult following in regards to the Frozen series, but lately all I've been hearing is, or more people basically saying, Frozen is one of the worst things to ever exist, and the sequel to it is just as bad, if not worse. And, the next 2 unpopular opinions I have, and I will probably have the K-pop stans, coming after me after this, but, first of all, or no, just flat out, BTS and Blackpink are not that great. There, I said it. Like, I just don't like those groups. And if you do, I'm very sorry, but I just don't. I just think BTS and Blackpink are, like, if you are just getting started into K-pop, that's fine. Like, of course you're gonna look up what's most popular. That's fine. I don't care. But if you're, like, very into the genre and your favorite groups are still BTS and Blackpink, I don't know what to say. Because they're for kindergartners. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care, like, how adult these songs are. Like, they're so formulaic and everything. Like I said, if you're just starting, and if you like these groups, great, fine. They're gateway groups, fine. But if you're very into the genre, and those are the only 2 groups that come to your mind, I'm sorry. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Okay, on to the next question. What's something you haven't done that you really want to do? That's very easy. Publish a book. I do have a finished young adult novel that I really want to get out there. It's a apocalyptic sci-fi retelling of Treasure Island, and I really hope I can get it out there someday. Okay, next question someone asked. Are you gonna stream any of your gameplays or make a Discord? Even though I really do love video games, I'm not like a Twitch gamer or anything like that. Like, I don't have the equipment or basically the energy with my full-time job to do Twitch streaming. So, no, I don't think I'm ever gonna do gameplays. Like, I'm not Markiplier, I'm not Crank Gameplays, even though I really love those 2 channels. I'm just really not into that sort of thing. I mean, it was really, really popular when I first started YouTube, but like even one of my greatest friends was a gamer for a while, but no, I just never really thought that was for me. As far as the Discord goes, I've been thinking about that, and I've been trying to get back into Discord because my friends use it, but I don't know, it's kind of been difficult for me to manage all of the Discord servers that I'm a part of already. Like, I've been on hiatus on Discord for a while, and I don't know if I could keep up with it, at least right now, but maybe eventually I will. Okay, another question someone asked was, are you going to do any more series? And the answer to that is yes. I love doing series videos, and if I have a really, really good storyline, I want to keep it going, and I definitely do have a few series that I want to keep going, and a few series that I want to keep up with, so I promise I will get those videos out to you soon. Okay, second to last question I have is, what influenced you to do roleplays? It's not pretty much a what, it's more of a who, and if you guys have been following me on YouTube or Reddit for a while, you know exactly what the story is. Like, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to get into acting, but the one thing, like, I pretty much learned about myself is that I can't do physical acting. I mean, I've been in 2 plays, or 2 musicals, basically, throughout my whole life. Once was in 7th grade, and I was in Annie, and one time in college, I was in Urinetown, and I played both background characters in both of those musicals, and even though I got into those, I basically did not have the longevity or like the character, or basically the characteristics they were looking for to be like a main character, or like a character with an actual name or something. So college kind of discouraged me from doing that, but it was actually the voice acting ASMR community that got me to do this channel, and it actually kind of started when I was also in college, when I discovered ASMR because I had trouble sleeping at night, because, you know, college stresses you out. One of the first channels I ever listened to and subscribed to was Cardlin Audio. I think most of you know who Cardlin is, because he's basically like the biggest, if not the biggest, ASMR like voice acting channel on YouTube. And I was there when he was getting, like, I think he was in the middle of getting started on it, because he was at the point, or this was at the point of his career when basically sending him scripts to do was very easy, and that basically if you send him a script, he will basically like record it the next day, and this was also back in the day that he would immediately reply to you, and I decided to send him a few scripts because I really enjoyed his content, and I remember him replying to one of my emails, and I felt my jaw hit the floor. And the fact that he actually recorded one of my scripts for the first time, it was, if you guys remember the lingerie surprise video, that was actually the first script that he actually ever done by me. And I was stunned. First of all, it turned out much better than I thought it would be. And secondly, the fact that he actually kept his promise and actually did it, I was very stunned. I mean, nowadays you have so many people like sending him scripts that he has more than what he could deal with. So obviously not everyone could send the script they want and he will do it the next day. He actually has like a full schedule on what scripts he can do now. So it's been a pretty long while since he ever did something by me, and trust me, I sent him a lot of stuff over the course of my script writing career. It actually got to the point where he actually paid me to do some of the script writing for him, especially for his Patreon stuff. And that was actually really cool. And after a while, like, he was basically the gateway to the ASMR community, and I listened to more and more content makers through Cardland and through just basically going on Reddit and looking at people's accounts and their basically catalog of that. And after a while, I was like, I could do that. Let me give it a shot and see what happens. And my first video was basically a comedy. It's about the chicken nuggets thing. I think if you guys were here from the very beginning, you would remember that audio. Like, this was back when I had, like, I did not have a microphone. I was just basically using my earphones that had the mic on it. The quality of it sucked. Like, I'll confess to that. The quality of that audio sucked. And it got some traction, if I remember correctly. I mean, it wasn't overwhelming because it was my first audio. Like, I knew I was not gonna get that much. But then the second audio I did was, it was like the single dad who, like, you know, had a child when he was in his teens audio, when he confesses to you. That was a script that I wrote myself. And I remember that got way more views than my first one did. And I was like, wow, I did not think that I was actually going to get, like, traction because of a script that I wrote. Because the chicken nuggets script, that was actually a script that someone wrote on the ASMR Script Guild Reddit, because I wanted to give that a go. But then the script I wrote, what the heck is writ? That I wrote, that was basically okay, I know this could work. So I wanted to basically do more. Like, I wanted to get into the game. I want to see how far I could go. Well, look how far it made me. And I hate to pat myself on the back because I'm not the person who brags about their accomplishments and stuff like that. It's kind of like, oh, I probably didn't really deserve this. It's I don't know. It's it's probably I just got lucky sort of thing. And that's how I feel about everything. It's, it must be fate or I just got lucky. But Cardland, I don't know if you're listening to this, because I don't know. Maybe you're too busy or with something else. I don't know if someone else will ever send you this or not, but if you are, I just want to thank you for inspiring me to find my own voice, because I never really thought that I would. I mean, when I first listened to your audios, Cardland, I was a sophomore in college. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, or because I only had like one YouTube channel, and it's a very small channel. Like, I did not know where I was going with that. So when I decided to do a ASMR voice audio channel, I did not think that I would get to the point where I am. So, like I said, Cardland, if you're listening to this, thank you. Like, you were at least my starting rock across this river of audio achievements. Like, if it weren't for you, I would never have been super invested into this community in the first place. Again, thank you very much, and thank you to everyone who's been here with me this entire time. And the last question that someone asked me, it was actually from one of my script writing friends. They wrote, if you could be something more than Cakechan, what would it be? And this actually made me laugh a little bit, because they sent me examples like Cheesecake-chan, Pancake-chan, Tiramisu-chan, and at first I didn't know what that meant, but then I started thinking about it, and I was like, if I could make alterations of Cakechan, and basically their genres of sorts, like, this is where Peony Boy Audios comes back. We were actually talking about this just before I started recording. And he was like, depending on, like, what type of personality you are, that's what your name will be. Like, for example, if you're Tsundere, you'd be Lemon Cake Chan. Or if you were, doing a fantasy audio, you'd be Mooncake Chan. Or if you were basically doing Christmas audios, because, you know, Christmas is just around the corner, you'd be Fruitcake Chan. Or Valentine's Day, you'd be Red Velvet Cake Chan. Or if you're doing a wedding audio, you'd be Wedding Cake Chan. And I was like, actually, these could work. I mean, I don't know when exactly I would implement these nicknames or anything. I mean, I thought about it, and these could probably be, playlists on my channel. So, if you're looking for, like, a specific, audios that you want to listen to, like, Tsundere, or comfort audios, or, like, sleep comfort, or fantasy, or romance, holidays, or anything like that, I would just put Lemon Cake Chan, Red Velvet Chan, Wedding Cake Chan, Angel's Food Cake Chan, or something like that, instead of just plain reverse comfort, like, you know, to spice up some flair a little bit. So for my friend who wrote this question, thank you very, very much for bringing this to my attention, because that not only was that very, very funny to think about, I actually think this could actually work. So, that was a lot more questions than I actually thought they were, because basically with every question I got, I wrote them down somewhere so that I would remember what the question was. And of course, if I had like duplicates, I'd also make sure to remember, oh, I got this question this many times and stuff like that. But, yeah, first off, like I said at the beginning of this video, for everyone who sent a question in, thank you so very much. Like I said, this was very, very, very fun to do. And you probably are hearing my voice crack a little bit, because I'm literally at 1 hour and 10 minutes of recording this audio right now. But nonetheless, I am very, very glad I actually got to making this video for you guys. Like I said, by the time my birthday came around, first of all, not only did I think I would do a Q&A like this, I never thought I would get as many subscribers as I do right now. I guess I would end this audio by saying, first of all, thank you for joining me, and if you guys like what I do, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to comment in the comments, like if you have any suggestions of audios that you want me to do. I will keep that in mind. And don't forget to subscribe to me if you haven't done so already. Like, don't forget to check out my social media. That's in the description box. Don't forget to check out my friends. I'll put their names in the description box too. And also, if you guys have any ideas what you want me to do for like the next milestone marks, like 3,000 subscribers, 4,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers. If you have any ideas at all, please don't forget to comment down below, because I'm always in need of ideas for you guys. And again, I said I would thank you like 1,000 times today, but really, thank you so very much for all that you've done for me and for the community so far. Like, this is not the end, folks. I promise you, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. Even though it's been over a year that this channel has been in existence, it is just the beginning. And I cannot wait to see what happens next. So this has been Cakechan, and thank you for this wonderful birthday that I'm having right now. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys next time. See ya!